Greetings adventurers, this is Lorne, your guild advisor, and for this video, I want to put the spotlight on Bottom-Tier Character Tomozaki, a series I love with a passion, and why you shouldn't sleep on it. This currently ongoing anime, produced by Studio Project No. 9, is an adaptation of a light novel series written by Yukiyaku with beautiful illustrations and character designs provided by Fly. In a Kono Light Novel ga Sugoi 2020 guidebook, the series was listed at 3rd for the top 10 light novel series of the decade under the Bunkuban section, despite starting in just 2016, and without an anime to boost its popularity. The light novels started releasing in English in July 2019 under publisher Yen Press. This is how I got into the series myself, and I eagerly anticipate each upcoming release. The story follows a high schooler named Fumiya Tomozaki who has rejected engaging with the social aspects of life, blaming life's unfairness for giving him average looks, athleticism, and likability. Rather than making the effort to engage in the absurdly unfair game of life, he'd rather spend his days playing his favorite perfectly balanced video game. However, his outlook on life starts to change when he plays an online match against someone he considers a rival, and the two of them end up meeting in real life. This turns out to be his classmate, Aoi Hinami, one of the most popular girls at his school. This seems like a familiar and cliché type of start to a high school-based story, but the series becomes much more than what you'd expect from just a surface-level look at the synopsis. Hinami is incredibly disappointed that the top-ranked player she looked up to ended up being someone who wasn't putting any effort towards life at all. Tomozaki was blaming the game without first putting any real effort into it, and to Hinami, the game of life was a god-tier game. That belief of hers ends up leading to Tomozaki agreeing to be taught in the social aspects of life by Hinami herself, so he can judge the validity of Hinami's claims. Thus begins Tomozaki's quest and struggle for self-improvement. At its core, Tomozaki is a series about putting in the effort to engage with other people, even if you stumble and fall in the process. There are many times in the beginning of the series where Tomozaki has trouble with the assignments Hinami has planned for the development of his social skills, but he never fails to keep trying past his failures. He's assigned to wear a smile behind a mask to improve his default expression, but he gets caught. He's assigned to constantly hold conversations with the same girl throughout the week, despite having trouble knowing what to say. Some have criticized Tomozaki for being too cringy in the opening episodes, as he can be a struggle to watch as he interacts with others, but I'd say that's the point of his character. He is starting with little to no experience in engaging others his age, especially girls, but as the series progresses, Tomozaki grows and gradually becomes more comfortable throughout his interactions. Even knowing and understanding this, other watchers of the show may still find themselves uncomfortable watching Tomozaki through his opening struggles, but I plead you to continue watching, as seeing Tomozaki's growth throughout the series for myself has been an extremely satisfying and rewarding experience. If perhaps watching the scenes play out in animation is still difficult, then I suggest at least checking out the first light novel. It may be easier to sit through those awkward moments in a pure text format. There's also the misconception that the series is a harem, and that fallacy really couldn't be any further from the truth. It's true that there are 5 prominent female characters in this series, and they are heavily promoted through the opening animation of the show and the light novel covers, but they are all very much their own characters with distinct personalities and goals. They don't exist for Tomozaki to capture their hearts, and one of them actually likes someone else in their class. It's actually a relationship that Tomozaki is trying to support himself. One of the social milestones that Hinami creates for Tomozaki to achieve is to have a girlfriend by the start of their 3rd year, but this is a goal that Tomozaki is taking with sincerity. I won't speak too much on this as I don't want to spoil all the events of the show, but know that Tomozaki is not looking at this goal as simply an objective to reach in a game. He is very considerate of the feelings of others. Finally, the last main point I want to mention is that there are actually prominent male characters other than Tomozaki, the main protagonist. This may seem like an odd thing to point out, but in many other high school-based series, there will be male characters other than the main protagonist, but usually they end up being side characters who come into the story now and then, but never as a prominent character. In Tomozaki, the male characters do end up getting their fair share of screen time, and one of them in particular is one of my favorite characters in the whole series, Mizusawa. As of the writing of this video, he's made a small appearance here and there, but starting with episode 5, he'll be making his big debut. He's an incredibly fun character, and I love his dynamic with Tomozaki. He's just one of the many characters I wholeheartedly enjoy watching in the series. There you have it. Bottom-Tier Character Tomozaki is a series I feel like isn't getting the attention it deserves this season, whether that's from being overlooked due to all the highly anticipated titles this season, or simply because of misconceptions of the series from the first episode. I implore everyone who has left Tomozaki under their radar to give the series a try, and to those who were put off by the show before, please give it a second chance, as you might discover there's more to the series than you initially may have thought. Not only is Tomozaki learning to make the effort to engage with others and develop relationships he never realized he wanted, but the other characters of the series grow alongside him, inspired by his efforts. I just want to spread awareness for this series which I've grown to love so much. If you are interested in this series, you can watch the anime on Funimation if you're in the United States, Canada, the UK, and Ireland. To read the light novel series published by Yen Press, you can purchase the books in both physical and digital formats through your usual storefronts. For those of you who are planning to continue watching the anime, I will be working on 3 separate videos that compare the anime adaptation alongside the light novel source material. This is for watchers who don't want to read the light novels, but still want to know some of the finer details that are left out of the anime. It will be 1 video per volume of the light novel, as the anime seems to be on pace to adapt 3 volumes of content into its 12-episode run. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed this series. Remember to like the video, subscribe for more light novel content, follow me on Twitter, and join my Discord. This is Lorne, your guild advisor, signing out.
渦を巻く雨雲から差し込んだまっすぐな強い